Adding and subtracting matrices is really rather simple. There is a basic fact, however. You can only add and subtract matrices that have the same dimensions. What do we mean by dimensions? Well, we mean the same number of rows and columns. Remembering that rows go across and columns go down. So here's an example, a very algebraic example. I've got a 2 by 2 matrix. That's how we describe the dimensions. The number of rows by the number of columns. Okay, there's 2 rows and 2 columns, so we call that a 2 by 2 matrix. And this is obviously a 2 by 2 matrix as well over here. So really, to add a matrix, all I need to do is add the corresponding cells in each matrix. So the answer to this is simply A plus E. Whatever numbers A and E are, you simply add them and put your answer in the corresponding top left cell of your matrix. And B plus F, etc., etc. Here's a matrix. It just happens to be, or 2 matrices rather, they just happen to be single cell matrices. So the dimensions are the same. So quite simply, our answer is 2 plus -3 is -1. A third example. So what are the dimensions of this, by the way? Well, the number of rows is 1 and the number of columns is 3. So the dimensions of this of both matrices is 1 by 3. Okay, so it's a subtraction. Notice it's a subtraction. So all I need to do is subtract the elements of this matrix from the elements of that matrix. So you can imagine that our answer is going to look like this. 2 subtract -2, be careful of negative signs, is +4. 0 subtract -1 is +1. And -3 subtract, -1 subtract 3 is -4. So that's my answer to that question. Okay, here's another question. If A equals that and B equals that, what is 2A minus 3B? First thing we're going to do is find out what the value of 2A is. Then we're going to find the value of 3B. And then we're just going to subtract our answer to that from the answer to that. Now these numbers here, they're called scalars. And all it means is everything in the matrix, in this case, this is matrix A, is going to get times by 2, and everything in this matrix is going to get times by 3. So you can kind of factorise matrices and expand them as well. Okay, so in this case, 2A is equal to, we're just timesing every element, or every cell in our matrix by 2. So it becomes 2, 4, 6, 8. And 3B, in a similar way, is going to equal 3 times -1 is -3, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 0 is 0, and 3 times -2 is -6. Okay, so that's 3B. Now, all we have to do is subtract 3B from 2A. So, let's get rid of that a bit and proceed. So, therefore, 2A minus 3B is going to equal 2 minus -3 is +5, 4 take 9 is -5, 6 take 0 is 6, and 8 take -6 is 14. Okay.